Well, we're going live. We're a little bit early, maybe, but anyways, we're live here. Welcome, everybody. It's Carl Hovelson here. We're here with Tom Marguccio, and we're going to go over a few things today. We have a great product in with the BMID software, such as the FBG Assistant, the Backpage Assistant, and of course, depending on which level you come in, whether you come in at Pro or Platinum. If you're coming in at Platinum, you're getting the IB Toolbox software, you're getting the Twitter software, you're getting the Google Plus software, and much more. So depending on whether you're coming in at 120, you're coming in at 300, the choice is yours. The softwares are fantastic. Okay, what I'm going to talk about today is going a little bit outside the box with this program. Now, the softwares that you're buying with BMID, first of all, you're making a $100 commission off of this product. For every 120, you're making a $100 commission. Okay, and what is happening is the customer is paying $20 activation fee for, of course, the back office and the licensing of all the software. Okay, now this software is downloadable. You put it on your PC, and you can then go in and use the group poster to post it in places like Facebook and Backpage. And then, of course, if you've got the Twitter, you've got the Twitter groups, you've got the Google Plus groups and IBO Toolbox. I'm not even sure what that does, but whatever that does, I think it's something similar. Okay? Here's the whole purpose of everything that is in this program. It's there to help streamline your business. Okay? It's getting you connected with as many people as fast as you can and getting your word out about your business and about you, because it's all about branding you. Remember this. This is what's so very, very important, is that people don't join businesses. People join people. Okay? In this industry, people join people. Okay? So you want to make sure that you are on top of your game with this, that you have the knowledge that you need to have, or you're connected to the people who have that knowledge. Okay? It's that simple. So, with me, the first thing I do when I join a business is I go in and I look at that business and I see what it has to offer me, and then I think about how I can utilize that stuff to anything I might be doing, because I might be doing another business, and I am. I'm in 3 different businesses, BMID and 2 others. I'm not going to mention those on here, but I use the BMID software to promote my other businesses. Okay? It's that simple, because that's how powerful it is. And what we've done here, our team has done, is we've gone over and above the streamlining that actual BMID does. And they do a really good job of setting everything up with their videos. But what we have found is we've found a better way to streamline things that will allow you to connect with people a lot better and avoid the nasty Facebook jail, maybe Backpage jail or Twitter jail or whatever it is that may be out there. Because when using the software, if you're not using it properly, they figure you're abusing it, and then they lock you out. They either will cancel your account, they'll suspend your account, like putting you in a jail, basically. Okay? So a lot of people have experienced that. I've experienced it. Tom has experienced it. My wife has experienced it. Many others have experienced it, because when we first got going with this program, we were following the directions, but of course a lot of us got overzealous, and we started promoting a little more often than we should have. And we were promoting to groups that we shouldn't have been promoting to. So there's a little bit of streamlining you need to do in this business, and we've actually shown you how to do that. At least I've put together a step-by-step to show you how to do that, and I provide that to anybody who want in BMID. It doesn't matter. I'm not one of these guys that makes you pay me for my information. I don't do that kind of stuff. You don't have to be sponsored by me to get this stuff. I'm here to help everybody. Okay. I'll give you the information. If you use it, that's great. If you don't use it, well, I did my share. Okay, and that's how that's done. So the purpose of this particular hangout is to take you beyond what BMID software offers, okay? But using the same techniques in different media, okay? Such as, you know, LinkedIn and Google Plus and stuff if you're at the Pro version. You know, if you're at the Platinum version, well, then you have some of that software that allows you to do that. But I'm going to show you how you can go into even other things. You know, there's so many social networks out there. I think I'm a member of about 247, to be quite honest. Not that I'm in all of them all the time, but, you know, I'll occasionally go into different ones all the time. I have, you know, ones like Adland Pro, AppSense. There's, you know, I go into Pinterest. There's HubSpot. There's StumbledUpon. There's, I think you all know the list. You can go and you can find them actually in the back office of BMID. Okay, they're there. All you do is you use the same technique that the software would use, except you're doing a manual post. Okay, and in a moment I'm going to do one and just show you exactly what I'm talking about. But you know, you might be saying, well, if they don't have the software, what's the point? Well, here's the point. You're an entrepreneur. You're here to make money, okay? You can't make money any other way unless you actually put some effort in and make it happen. It doesn't fall from the sky. It doesn't. You can't rely on that quote unquote spillover effect that everybody seems to rely on online. And you know what? 99% of the time, it's just not going to work, because spillover only happens from highly aggressive individuals on the internet. If you're joining a program under somebody who is waiting for somebody else, guess what? Okay? It's like the blind following the blind. Nobody knows where the hell they're going. They don't know what to find. They don't know how to make anything happen. So the first thing you need to do is you've got to be connected with somebody who actually knows what the heck they're doing. Okay? You know, I'm a guy who takes the time and goes in and dissects a business before I get going with it. I need to know the ins and outs of it just as good as the people who built it. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go and start preaching everything. I'm not going to go out and start explaining every step of the way. I just need to know how the process works. And I need to know, as an entrepreneur, I need to figure out, well, there's going to be roadblocks. How do I get around those roadblocks? Okay? Now, you know, Tom and I have worked together for years and years, you know, on and off, you know, and after about 5 or 6 years, Tom has come back to start working with me, and, you know, he's experienced some of these roadblocks. And, you know, what I want to do is I want to bring you on, Tom, just to explain to people, you know, just, you know, because we've had this conversation a few times about roadblocks, and it's just a matter of, you know, connecting again and getting the path straight. So if you could just come on and explain to people from somebody who has struggled a little bit and let them know how you get around these roadblocks.
Right. Carl and everybody listening, I just want to let you know that up to now I've been struggling and have sometimes thrown in the towel on programs because I didn't have the personal guidance. Now I realize that having a personal guide or a mentor, whatever you want to call it, is important, because when you reach a roadblock and you don't know personally how to deal with it, you're more likely to give up. But when you have somebody who can help you get around the roadblocks or deal with them, you're more likely to stick with the program, and that's a good program. I mean, there are good programs that people give up because they don't know how to get around the roadblocks. But when, like myself, I give up too many times because I didn't have the help. But now I feel that with Carl and other people that are mentors, I can now go forward and actually be a success that I'm really supposed to be. And it's working, because I feel like very more confident in having someone like Carl to help me to succeed, because success is important, and I think it's important to everybody out there. But you really need to have somebody that can, hold you by the hand, or at least point you in the right direction to succeed in a good program that you're involved with. So that's where I've been coming from, and I feel moving forward that it's important, and I feel now I'm on the right track.
Well, I've always felt that way too, because, at one point in time I was in your shoes just like everybody else was. We all started somewhere, and we needed to have guidance. And it's just like when you have a job. You go to work every day, and you have a boss, and your boss gives you your tasks for the day, and that's what you've got to follow. Everybody goes to work and they have a task. Me, when I was in the IT, I was a field technician. So every day I would have calls that came in, and I had to go and I had to do certain calls. So I had my tasks laid out for me. It's not like I went to the office and I sat there around and I just waited and waited and waited and waited for something to happen, and I get paid for it. That doesn't happen in business. If you sit around and you wait and wait and wait to get paid, eventually someone's going to see you sitting there, and they're going to replace you with somebody who's not going to sit there, right?
Right.
That's how you get fired and hired in business, right? You got to do what it takes to. You got to work for your money, is basically what it is. So, as an entrepreneur, we actually have to go out and find the work. Okay, we have to find the work, and then we have to execute it. Okay, there's not always going to be somebody there that's going to be able to guide you. Now, this is where mentors come in this industry, such as myself. I have a lot of people that come to me and say, Carl, I'm having a hard time making sales. I don't know where to look. So all I do is I give them a laid out plan. This is what you need to do on a daily basis, your daily action plan. Okay, you need to go and do this, you need to go and do this, and you need to go and do this. And when you're done that, in a few more hours, do it again. And when you're done, a few more hours later, do it again. Right? And that's what your daily task is every single day. If everybody just did one thing once and waited around, the entire world would go broke. Seriously. Somebody has to do the work. And the ones that are doing the work, those are the ones that are the wealthy ones that are out there. I've said this before, in network marketing, there's about 400 million plus network marketers on the planet, okay? Less than 2% of those marketers actually make money. The rest of them are the ones that sit around waiting for things to happen, waiting for the spillover, waiting for whatever to happen, okay? Waiting for their money to be made for them. And a lot of it is not their fault. A lot of it is because no one has actually told them their daily action plan. No one has actually given them a daily action plan to follow. And when I say 2% of that 2% is anywhere between 7 and 10 million people on the planet. That's a lot of people making money, okay? But it's even more that aren't making money, and it's because in most cases it's not their fault. It's because they haven't found somebody who's willing to give their time and show them what they need to do. I'm one of those very few that will do that. I will give you my time. I won't charge you for it. I'll help you get to where you need to go to the best of my ability. The reason I do that, folks, is because I know at some point in time that's going to pay off for me. People are going to tell people that, it was me that helped them get someplace. Those people will then maybe build that trust factor with me that, maybe they want to join me in some of my businesses. At some point in time, this is what happens to me. And I have people coming to me and joining up with me in businesses that I've never heard, but they've heard of me, okay, from word of mouth, whatever it is. And there's lots of people in the industry like that. I'm not saying I'm the only one. There's lots of guys like me that are out there, but you actually have to find us. You have to search us out, okay? And mine is all done by word of mouth, just like the majority of others that are out there. I mean, there's some really great people out there that will actually help. I'm involved in another program that has a ton of these guys. And that's why I work with these guys, because they're guys that actually care about the success of others, not about their own success. Okay? Here's my philosophy. When I got into business, the whole thing, Zig Ziglar was probably the inspiration for a lot of people out there, right? It's you want to use the masses, okay? It's like, don't do the work of 100 people. Right? I can't even remember how the saying goes, but it has something to do with, don't work 100 times harder, work 10 times harder, but with the, I don't even know how that saying goes, but I think everybody knows what it is. If anybody knows what it is, tell me. I can't remember what it is.
I don't know the exact phrase, but it's one person can do more with 10 people than 10 people can do with one.
Yeah, something like that. But I think everybody knows what the saying is. They're going, "Oh, Carl, you're so stupid. You can't think of that." Doesn't matter, right? You've been dropped on your head too much, right? But anyways, I think everybody understands what I'm talking about. It takes the work and the talent of masses to build fortunes online, and when you learn that knowledge and you send it down throughout, your following, your referrals and stuff like that, it pays off. Okay, it pays off in numbers. Okay, and there's a lot of programs online you can't do that, and then there's other programs you can do that. If what you need to do is you need to find the right person who can help mentor you in any of those. I mean, I can mentor anybody in pretty much any compensation plan out there because I know them all, right? I've been in the industry so long, I've probably done every single comp plan there is. But the whole point is that we want to make sure that when you come into a program, such as like ours with BMID, that you have the guidance you need. And one of the reasons why I was going to do this call today here, it was called Marketing Social Media in a Few Steps. It's basically using the software that we have with BMID to do that. And again, this can be used for marketing any program. You could be in MonaV, in Herbalife, in ARP, it doesn't matter. Any of those programs that are out there, it all works because the software is generic, okay? The software is what gets your word out about anything you want. You can use it for affiliate products like ClickBank, ClickSure, Amazon, the list goes on. You just need to know how to use it. And we teach that within our team to do that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an ad here. Just let me I should have had some of my stuff ready here. I didn't have it ready right yet, so just let me get some of my stuff ready here. If there's anything you want to add on to that, Tom, go right ahead while I get this stuff set up.
Basically, your idea of a daily action plan is something which is, I would say, pretty unique for you and our team. Because I have another mentor, and I recommended that to her, and she says, "Yeah, it's a great idea," because she didn't have it, and the whole thing with the business was kind of complicated how she does it. I says, all you have to do is put a list of things that we should do on a daily basis, and that will help duplicate the efforts of the team. And she's a great mentor, but she missed that item, and it's important to know what to do because people coming into a program don't necessarily know all the things to do on a daily basis, and it really makes a big difference.
Yeah, and that's just it. I learned this from other guys and gals in the industry, how they've put together daily action plans, and then I've slowly tweaked them so that they work for me. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just start sharing my screen here really quick. I just want to come on. Okay, so I've got my Facebook on here, and I'm just going to go to my, actually I'll go to my page here, because I have a lot of stuff, and I do this, what I'm going to show you here is what I do on my timeline all the time, okay? Now, here's like some of the things, like I'll go when someone joins me, I'll go and I'll announce them, like I do, okay? And I'm just looking through for, this is one of my, I guess I would say my inspirational posts, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do an inspirational post for right now, okay? And I'm going to go on to, let me just go over here, I'm going to go to my Google Plus, okay? Google Plus, we don't have a software for that unless you actually bought the software for BMID. That's at the $300 level, the platinum level, you can get that. But I'm going to do it because the majority of people that I sell BMID to is I sell the Pro package. It's the more affordable one for $120. So that's the one that I sell to people. Just give me a sec here. My computer's kind of wacky. It's all flickering and everything here. I'm going to just skip that for now. And let me get to... Okay, this is my main page. So basically, what I'm going to do is there's a few things that we do, and I'm not going to go through everything, but basically, when you're joining a group, there's a specific post for your very first time that you make a post in that group. Okay, it's basically a thanks for adding me type of post, and then throughout the day, you're going to have that, and then when you start posting in the groups, you're going to make 3 to 4 posts that are either inspirational, funny, maybe have a video or something, before you add a business post, okay, something about your business. You don't want to be posting about your business all the time, because if you do, people are going to think that all you care about is your business and nobody else. Network marketing is a people business. You need to build relationships with people, you need to build friendships with people, and occasionally share some of your successes with people, that being your business, okay? But here, this would be a manual way you would go and do a post. So I just copied from my Facebook. Oh, that didn't work. Let me go back to my Facebook. It didn't copy my post. Okay. Control C. See someone's Crystal there. She's just setting up stuff. So there's a copy. I'm going to go over to here and do a post in here. Okay, so that's my my post there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to find a picture. Okay, so I got to just get rid of this, and then I'm going to go to photos. Just make sure you don't put a link in there because it'll automatically bring up your link. You can always just click the X there and close it. So I'm going to go to my computer, and I'm going to grab that inspirational post that I have. Okay, it might be in my D folders. Come on. Oops. Okay, my daily Facebook posts. And is this one it? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna put that in there. Okay. So basically, I just have, if you have the ability, motivation, and attitude, you're unstoppable. And then I'll just put that in, and I'll just share it out. Okay. And that will be my post. You know, one of the posts I'll do for the day, and I'll do 3 or 4 posts in every one of the social medias, such as, you know, Facebook. I use the software for that. Google Plus. I'll go in and I'll do the manual post. Same thing that I do that my software does in Facebook. I'll go here and put it in Google Plus. I'll do it in LinkedIn. I'll do it in Pinterest. I'll do it in Twitter. You know, those are the ones that I mostly use to do all my posts in. And occasionally, I'll have a post like I did with this one here. Okay. Where I'll go in and I have my own pictures and I've got my proof that's in here and I ask people to message me. You know, this would be something I would put in, you know, in 3 or 4 posts from now. I'll throw another one like that in that will go into the post. And I'll go and I'll do that in all kinds of social media. You know, some days I'll pick one social media, other days I'll do it in all the social media. Like, you know, maybe today I'll just do it in Google Plus and LinkedIn or something, and then maybe tomorrow I'll go and do it in AppSense and Adland Pro and, you know, Stumbled Upon or whatever it is. I'll just pick them out of random and go, because I don't believe in marketing in just one place, okay? And it's proven to be successful because I have not only made sales from Facebook, but I've also made it from Google Plus and LinkedIn and Pinterest. So, you know, the places that I go and advertise in, it works there, okay? And that's why I always tell the people in my business to go and do that. And I have my daily action plan that's set up like that. You know, it's on my 90-day plan to freedom site that I built strictly for resources for my team. It has a daily action plan on there. It has other resources of places I used, you know, all the time. Anything on the site I built is what I use to build my business, you know. And I mean, just, you know, in the last couple of days, I've made $300 or $400 in BMID, right? Just from the doing what I'm doing every day. Just exactly what I'm telling you to do here, exactly following the same steps. I don't tell you to do something that I don't do, okay? That would just be wrong, very wrong, right?
Question, Carl, as far as, and are you posting, but you've already set up the idea that you have friends, you join groups, and you have friends, and so that's a little backtrack of how you get to the point where you can get your business out in front of a lot of people in those social media.
Well, yeah, and like I mentioned, like on my daily action plan, you know, basically the daily action plan is this. First of all, you go in, first thing in the morning, you go in and you join groups, up to about 50 groups, okay? Then what you do is you go and you add 10 to 15 friends, okay? That's the first thing you do. You go and add 10 to 15 friends. And then you go in and you start your posting. Once you've joined the groups, you've added your friends, then you go and you start your posting software, like for Facebook, and you go and you do your very first post into the group room for there. And that's all you're going to do for that day. You're not going to do any more posts that day. You're just going to do that post, okay? And then you're going to start your posting the next day. Because if you start doing all kinds of massive advertising the very same day, Facebook is going to look at you, they're going to flag you, and then they're going to throw you in what they call Facebook jail. Okay? So everything needs to be done in a step-by-step fashion. First of all, it's like, you know, you don't want to go and what people call spamming the hell out of people, okay, or spamming rooms. You know, treat people on the internet like you would like to be treated. Okay, if someone went and filled your email box full of junk first thing in the morning, that's going to piss you off, right? So don't do something that's going to piss somebody else off. If you don't like it, they probably don't like it. Okay, so treat people like you want to be treated, and the way that I've set things up and the way that I've pre-done posts and everything for you. It's a way to interact with people rather than piss people off, okay? You know, I put together groups of 50, 60 ads that you can use that will just basically they're interaction comments, interaction posts, okay, for you to do that. And then when people respond to you, respond back. Go in, like their comments, like their posts, that kind of thing, because you want to interact with everybody that you deal with online, okay? You know, when somebody posts a post on their timeline and I'm connected as a friend, it comes on my timeline, and I like their posts, I like their comments, I even comment on their posts. You know what? That's what builds a bonding relationship with you, with your business. If you think that's too much work, then go get a job. That's all I can say. Go get a job, because this requires work. I don't care what anybody says. The difference is you never ever have a set salary. No one will ever tell you how much money you can make. You can make as much money as you want, as much money. The sky is the limit as an entrepreneur as to how much money you make. If you work for somebody else, you may work for the same amount of money for years and years, like I did. I worked for a company for 5 years, never got a damn raise from them, but yet I had my workload increased. Okay? Nothing I could do about it. I worked the same hours, sometimes longer, but I never got paid any better. I come to the internet, and all of a sudden, I start making the same amount, twice as much money as I was in my full-time job. But you know what? I still put in the same amount of hours, but I made way more money. I mean, some days, you know, I may have only worked a couple of hours and still made the money. That's the difference here. See, you're free to do whatever you want as an entrepreneur. Work as much as you want, work as little as you want, make as much money as you want, make as little as you want, whatever. You call the shots. Nobody else tells you what you can make or not make. Okay? It's that simple. And when I tell people, you know, when they come to me, and I turn down a lot of people, boy, let me tell you, I hate to do it, but I turn down a lot of people that want to work with me because they're looking for the easy button. And there isn't an easy button. If you want an easy button, go to Staples. I think they sell them for $8.95, but it's not going to do any good for you. All you're going to do is just press the button. It's not going to do a damn thing, right? What I'm trying to tell you is reality, okay? If you want something, if you want to make 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month, it's all absolutely available for you to do. And it's not as hard as you think. But you got to put the time in. You know, I have so many people that just I turn down every day. Like, you know, yesterday, I'm known for my matrix building on the internet. I'm very, very good at it. I've built very, very big and successful teams with matrices. And I recently joined a program where they have an actual matrix-style system that I can actually do placement in, which makes my life 100 times easier with this. Why am I telling you this? Because the reason I'm telling you this is because if you have something in place that can help you, or you understand, you can build whatever fortunes you want. Now, you know, when I put this message out the other day, I put it out yesterday, I had a lot of people come back to me because they know my talents with that, and a lot of people like to work with me in matrix systems because I know what I'm doing. But when a lot of them replied to me yesterday, they go, well, what do I have to do? Do I just have to pay some money? And I says, if you're just going to pay some money, then I'm not even interested in working with you. Don't even click on my link. I don't even want you coming into my business. Because I'm not interested in working with somebody who doesn't take their business seriously. Here's the thing, folks. In network marketing, whatever company it is you join, you immediately become your own CEO of your own business center, because that's what it is. It's not the business's thing. It's not up to the business to build your business. It's up to you. You're like a franchisee. You're buying a business center, and it's up to you to build it. Okay? If you're going to refer people to it, it's like hiring employees. You've got to make sure your employees are happy, because if not, they're going to quit. That's how this system works. That's the life of an entrepreneur. Nobody looks at it that way. They look at it, oh, it's just a matrix system. You just put people in here, and they're going to pay you money, and then, oh, no, then they're going to leave. Well, why are they leaving? Because you're not helping them. You are not supporting them. I'm a guy who gets on the phone with people, guides them through things, shows them exactly where they need to market and stuff. And that's why people don't quit on me. Okay? At least very few, anyways. It's because I take the time and I work with them. If they come to me, because yesterday I turned down probably 15 people that wanted to come and join me on my my new venture, and I said, no, I said you don't qualify. And what do you mean? I have the money, I can commit. Yeah, but you don't have the attitude. I don't care if you've got $1 million. If you don't have the attitude, I'm not interested in working with you. It's that simple. Okay? This is the beauty of being an entrepreneur as well. You can pick and choose who you want to work with. Right? If you get a job someplace, you have no choice but to work with the people around you. Because you didn't bring them in. You didn't handpick those people. So it's just like moving into a new neighborhood. Okay? You can't pick your neighbors. They're already there. Right? Yeah. If they don't like you, they're not going to like you. So if you want them to like you, then you have to work with them, build a bond with them so that they do like you. Okay? It's all a matter of attitude, because in business, hands down, people don't join businesses. They join people. Okay? Never has anybody joined me in business that joined it for the business. They joined it because they wanted to work with me. Okay? That's how it was. That's how it would probably always be. Because I'm a guy who can help a lot of people make a lot of money because of my talents that I have in certain areas. And when I don't have those talents, I find the people and I bring them to my business so that they can add value. Okay? There's a lot of stuff I'm not good at. A lot of stuff. But I go and I find that. I outsource it, or I find the people who are good at it. And that's what builds a very, very strong business. You find the right resources and you do it. It's all about attitude. Okay? I've shared with you what you need to do on social media. I have the whole plan there. It's all laid out. Tom has seen the plan. He knows the plan I have laid out. Okay? Yep. And that plan can always be tweaked to be made better. Always. And I take feedback from the field. Tom has actually said, you know what? There's stuff you're missing on here. I think you need to add this. And what did I do? I went and added it. Yep. Okay? Right. I went and added it. Because it was something, because sometimes there's things I don't see. So if something, people see something that's missing that I didn't see, and they come to me and tell me, I'll go and do it. And I mean, within a few hours of Tom telling me that, I had it updated on the page, right? Because it was very important information that someone who's a seasoned veteran like myself overlooks. And someone who is struggling in that, like Tom was, says, wait a sec, you know, you're explaining something, there's something missing here, you need to have this. And I go, oh, geez, I never thought about that.
Another program, because the other program I'm working with, she didn't have this action plan, and I started to help her and recommended things that she should put in it. So this is what I would expect and I'd want to see to help me succeed. So she says, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to add that to the plan, and she's doing it now. So where I work with other people, with you and others, I'm always thinking of how to improve the overall results. And you know, that's the most important thing, is the results that we get and the people we work with.
Well, you know what's real funny, because that's a good point you brought up. You know, in most of the companies that are launched, okay, they're usually launched by seasoned veterans, okay, that have been in the industry, they've made a lot of money, and they've turned around, they've taken that money, and they've gone in and they've hired somebody to develop and build a new business platform for them. But a lot of times they don't think like the new person. In most cases, they don't.
Right.
Okay? Because they will develop something, and you go into the back office, and the seasoned veteran goes in there and goes, okay, yeah. And then what does that seasoned veteran do? Like I go out and I build my own page because I don't like the crap they have in their back office. So I just go out and I make something more simpler that I can market to people and make it that much more easier, and then they come in and join me because they're following the breakdown that I did that the company should have done in the first place. But I went and did it myself. Just like with BMID. You know, he's got a great plan there, but it doesn't explain it good enough for the new person. So I went in and I broke it down in step-by-step snapshots to help people. And so many people in BMID were grateful that I did that.
Well, the thing is,
it's not my business, but you know what? People, if they want to make money online, they deserve to have something like that. You know, I've been doing this for 10 years for all kinds of companies. And I keep telling them, you know, if you're going to do something, simplify it. Make it easier. Make it understandable for those people that are out there. And I've yet to see one that comes out with that yet. They don't. It's always guys like myself or guys like Franco Gonzalez and John Chapman and George Briere and all these other kind of guys that are out there that are trying to help people on the internet. They go out and they create their own more simplified step-by-step. And it drives me nuts that these guys that are building these companies either don't listen to guys like myself out in the industry to do this, or they're just completely friggin' brain dead. It drives me nuts, really. And it drives most marketers nuts. Because what happens is, and I'm not complaining, there's no complaining here, but the thing is, I shouldn't have to do that. I will do anything for my team. I will create anything to make things as simple as I possibly can for my team. But really, that's not my responsibility. I should be the guy out there just cranking it, making all kinds of money for myself and my team and bringing people in and stuff like that. And yet I spend half my time, you know, creating step-by-step so that I can get these people on their way. But you know what? I'll do that forever. Because I know that's not going to happen from these businesses. You know, even with the company I'm in now, you know, they've got a good setup there, but still not good enough. And the team I joined has already started that there, so there's a lot I don't have to do, thank God. They've already done it, right? But the point is that we do have that structure in place. Like I started my big team build yesterday. I had to streamline things a little bit for that, right? But you know what? I'll do anything for my team. I always have, I always will. You know? And that's why I do what I do. That's why I spend the time with you, Tom. Because you are a success story in the making. Just like anybody else that I've brought in. And I love to help make success stories because, frankly, it puts a feather in my cap. You know? It makes me look good, too. You know? It builds my reputation. The more money I can make you, the better I'm going to look.
Sure, and and you help me and other people to avoid the pitfalls. I mean, with BMID, great software, but if you just follow it straight, the way Marvin has it, you're more likely you're gonna end up in Facebook jail. So with your plan and strategy, we avoid that and get ahead faster with your guidance, and that's why it's important that you recognize that and tweak your formula and your daily action plan to help us to succeed, and that's where we're headed.
Well, you have to do that all the time because, like I've said from day one to anybody that talks to me, the internet changes on a daily basis. Social media will change. Everything changes. So if you started your company 8 months or 10 months ago, I can guarantee you if you're not up to date with everything, you're out of date. Okay? It's like the software instructions that they have in BMID. They were probably awesome the day they came out, but because Facebook and Backpage and all those companies make changes all the time, because because it's auto-posting software, they don't mind that you use the auto-posting software. They just don't want you to be abusing it. So they will up their stipulations, their policies, the violations, all that kind of stuff, and that's it. We're going to throw you in jail, we're going to lock the key, and we'll let you out in 30 days. Right?
Right.
So that's it. And you know what? It's nobody's fault but yours. Okay? It's partially the company's fault because they should be keeping it up to date. But,
right.
You have to make sure also that you're not getting too overzealous about things and doing things too often that you shouldn't be doing either. And a lot of people were doing that. A lot of people were not following the instructions. Like, for instance, in BMID, Marvin actually says to make sure you use many different lines, ad lines, and many different pictures. And yet, I've seen a lot of people that just got into BMID using the same ad line and the same picture. And next thing you know, they're in jail. Okay? Why? Because you're spamming the hell out of Facebook. They don't like that. Don't do it. Don't go spamming 100,000 times of the same stuff in different groups. That's spamming. If you're going to do posting, you need to do different ads with different pictures all the time. And that's why the spins, he's got the spin software in there, or you can do it manually. That it takes a little bit longer, but you can do it that way. But it has to be done. How would you like your timeline? You're connected to a lot of these groups, and if you left your notifications on, you're going to have hundreds of thousands of friggin' notifications coming into your timeline, all of the same thing. Do you want your whole entire timeline spammed with the same stuff? No. I could go and make 50 posts, and each one of those 50 posts will be different. A different line of text, a different picture that goes with it. And it'll come into people's timelines, and nothing will be repeated. The pictures will all be different, and people will not notice that and not complain about that. But the moment you go and do that on 50 different categories and those same 50 people are attached there, they got 50 friggin' posts coming down their timeline, all of the same thing. Would that piss you off?
Yeah. Would.
Okay? And that's why Facebook goes, not doing it. Then in jail you go. Okay? It's that simple. So it's so important to follow that, and that's what is part of my BMID action plan, which you don't actually get a copy of until you actually join with some member of our team, right? And when you get that, then you get that specific training from me. That's the only thing that I don't give away for free. I have a daily action plan that's set out that can be used for any company, and then I have the BMID action plan, okay? And that is only available to those that actually buy the product. Okay, and there's some things I give away for free, and there's other things I don't. It's just like the Facebook formula that you read about, the secret Facebook formula that's out there. Okay, you get that when you buy from us. That is on lockdown. That even is more locked down on my stuff. It requires a password to get into that stuff. Okay, and that formula is incredible. And so many people that join our team. I've talked to, haven't even gone in and looked at that thing. That should be the very first thing you go in and look at. That's what's made me the money I've made in BMID. It's the money I've made and how I've been able to help teach people how to market different social media. So I know you've watched it a few times, Tom, and everybody else should be watching that as well. And again, when you get on my team, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shove that link at you. I'm going to say, this is where you got to go, register here, click here, watch this, here's the password. That's the first thing I do. I send that out. Whether they do it or not, again, I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make them drink, right? But that'll be the difference between you making 100 or 2 or making 1,000 or 2 a month. Anything you want to add to that, Bud?
No, I think you really covered it well, Carl. It's, that's pretty much what it's about. It's following the plan and following your guidance.
You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to bring up. Let me just. Oops, that's not it. Hang on. I'm going to bring up the daily action plan so people can actually see that. Okay, it's right on my 90-day plan to freedom site. This is a generic action plan that you can actually go to. You can see it on the screen here, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just waiting for it to load. Yeesh, my PC is so slow. There we go. Okay. So I have a full explanation of what you need to do, what your morning steps are, what your midday steps are, what your evening steps are, everything. Everything down here, showing you exactly what you should say, everything that's on here. This is free for anybody. They can use this. And that's at 90dayplantofreedom.com. Okay? So, like I say, there's a lot of stuff I put on the internet that I make available for anybody out there. This is one of the things. Our BMID thing, a little bit different. I need to make sure that I have some kind of incentive, to come into this program. And again, I'm more detailed, and you get a lot more. You get the pre-written stuff that I've done for you, along with pictures and everything to do your posts. And this can be done for any of your businesses. Okay, so I've basically saved you about 2 or 3 hours worth of work, maybe even more than that. Probably a day's worth of work that I've got there, right there for you, ready to download everything and just start going right now and marketing any business, whether it's BMID, whether it's whatever else you're doing. It's there. So hopefully I've shared enough with you here that has gotten you a little bit excited about being part of our BMID team. Again, we show you how to market anything. I'll even get on a one-on-one with you and show you exactly how to market your own business. Okay, using the software. So all I can say is get back to the person that sent you here and get the link, get on our team, get the software, and let's start making a lot of money. That's just what it is.
That's pretty much it, Carl. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks for joining me today, Tom, and hopefully everybody else enjoyed what they saw here today, and we'll be back here again on Monday next week with another session of learning how to market online. Take care, folks. Have a great week.